The vastness of space stretched endlessly before the fleet of alien ships. Beams of blue and purple light pulsed from their engines, shining like stars that had been captured and put to work. These ships were enormous, built with advanced technologies that made them nearly invincible. The commanders, with their alien physiology and superior intellect, knew they were invulnerable. Ahead of them, in the middle of the void, was a single human ship. It was small, barely the size of a speck when compared to the gargantuan vessels of the alien fleet. The ship's hull was dented and scratched from countless battles, and its engines hummed with a faint, almost desperate sound. Its silhouette was simple, too simple for any self-respecting alien to take seriously. The fleet's commanders, who had seen countless civilizations fall before their might, all shared a laugh. The tiny human ship was no threat, just a flickering light among the stars. They made wagers on how long it would take for the human ship to be obliterated, confident in their superiority. Captain Zarn of the alien fleet, the leader of the massive armada, was the first to speak. "Look at that tiny thing," he chuckled, his voice deep and resonant. "It's almost adorable. Did they really think they could stand against us?" His second-in-command, a tall, slender being named Viral, snickered. "Perhaps they don't know their place. A mere flick of our hand, and they'll be nothing but space dust." All around, the other commanders joined in the laughter, their voices echoing through the space. Meanwhile, inside the human ship, Captain Elizabeth Liz Harrison sat at the helm, her face set with determination. Despite the odds stacked against her, she didn't show fear. Her ship, the Starfire, was old, but it had something the aliens couldn't understand: human will. She glanced at her crew, all eyes on her. The small bridge was filled with anxious faces, but Liz had faith in them. They had trained for this day. They had prepared for this battle. "All right, team," Liz said, her voice firm. "We may be small, but we're humans. We don't back down, ever." Her crew nodded, understanding the stakes. This wasn't just a battle for survival, it was for the future of humanity. "We've got one shot," Liz continued. "We're going to show them why they shouldn't have underestimated us." The alien fleet, still laughing, began their attack formation. Their ships moved as one, coordinated, a deadly swarm of power. Each one had weapons capable of obliterating entire planets, and they had used them many times before. Ready the cannons. Captain Zarn barked, his tentacles twitching with excitement. "Let's end this quickly." But just as the first blast was about to be fired, Liz issued a command: "Engage evasive maneuvers now." The Starfire lurched forward, its engines roaring to life as it darted left, then right, narrowly avoiding the deadly beam of energy that had been fired at them. The aliens were surprised, taken off guard. No one had ever been fast enough to evade their strikes, especially not a ship as small as this. Liz's eyes narrowed. "They think we're easy targets," she said quietly. "Let's show them what humans are really made of." The crew began activating the ship's hidden weapon systems, systems the aliens would never have expected from such a tiny craft. The Starfire wasn't just any ship. It had been modified with human ingenuity and resourcefulness, combining alien technology scavenged from previous battles with old Earth-based designs. The ship's engines began to glow brighter as Liz pressed the button for the next maneuver. The Starfire shot forward at incredible speed, its hull almost a blur. It zipped in and out of the alien fleet, too fast for their weapons to lock onto. With every pass, the ship fired off pulses of energy, striking alien ships and causing them to shudder. They weren't destroyed yet, but the alien commanders were thrown off balance. "What are they doing?" Zarn growled. "They're too fast. They shouldn't be able to dodge our fire. Perhaps their technology is more advanced than we thought," Viral said, confusion creeping into her voice. But Liz wasn't finished. She knew the fleet was still laughing, still underestimating her, but she had one more surprise for them. "Prepare the human bomb," she ordered. Her crew went to work immediately. The bomb was a simple concept, but terrifying in its execution. It was nothing like the sophisticated weaponry of the aliens. It was a crude device, built from the scraps of the human ship. But what it lacked in technology, it made up for in sheer explosive power. The crew placed the bomb into a special launch pod and aimed it at the heart of the alien fleet. Liz gripped the controls tightly, her breath steady. With a single press of a button, the pod launched. It zipped through space like a bullet, and as it reached the center of the alien formation, it detonated with a force the aliens had never expected. The explosion wasn't just powerful, it was devastating. The blast rippled through the fabric of space itself, sending shockwaves that knocked the alien ships off course. Several ships were torn apart in the blast, others were disabled. The laughter stopped. Captain Zarn's eyes widened in disbelief. What just happened? He gasped. We've underestimated them, the variable said, her voice trembling. This is no ordinary human. The remaining alien ships regrouped, but the damage had been done. The human ship, though damaged itself, was still operational. Liz and her crew had proven something the aliens had never considered. Humanity was not to be underestimated. Despite their size, their resources, or their technology, humans had something far more dangerous: their will to survive and their refusal to give up. And as the remnants of the alien fleet turned to retreat, the humans of the Starfire stood victorious. The laughter of the aliens had turned to silence, and the galaxy would never forget the tiny human ship that had defied the odds.